Good morning, people. It is the 3rd of November 2015, and this is the glorious Mickey Turner. It's a funny thing about beards. It seems to bring out all sorts of different stuff in people. I mean, I've grown several beards over the years. I mean, the first one I grew, I must have been about 35 or 6. Excuse me, I spent the whole night coughing again. And it was dark then, because I'm colourblind. Someone told me it was sort of like Albany, you know, it was dark, it wasn't grey. I think beards on younger men look bleating terrible as it goes. It looks better as it's grey. And I get all this, I don't know, it's been like in a minority group. I mean, there's one fellow I know down the gym that I go to. Oh, he's taking quite exception to it. It sort of really bothers him. Don't bother anyone else. It just makes me roll up. And you get the oh, you're all right for Christmas then. You know, you can be Father Christmas in the store. I said no. I said I'm retired now. They said what, retired Santa? I said yeah, somebody else is doing it now. And the favourite one, someone only said it to me yesterday, one of my wife's friends, where we go to the to the Eleanor hospice, where she'd been going there about 10, 11 years. She's been an inpatient in there as well. But one of her friends said, oh, she said, it makes you look older. And I said, older than what? And she said, well, older than you are. And I said, yeah, why does it matter? I said, I'm not on the pool. I'm not a young bloke trying to pick up crumpet or something, you know. So it was before, what was the other bit? And I always say to them, older than what? Does it matter at my age? You know, I said, I just had to shave sometimes 3 times in a day when I did a security job. But it does, it brings out funny stuff with people, you know. Times the same people say, oh, you look like Father Christmas. And I said, yeah. I said, give it a rest. You said that 3 times last month. Other people said, I noticed, like, you know. They said, well, it looks a bit sort of scruffy, got the ends stick out, you don't notice on it. I said, well, so what? You know, what do I want to be good looking for? I mean, you know, as I said, this older, you're older, makes you old looking, you know. Well, one of the reasons I grew this beard, apart from the fact that I absolutely hate and detest shaving. I've been shaving since I was 13. You know, I was like a bloody gooseberry bush. I was one of those kids that has a load of hair, grows when I'm about 13 or 14 on their chin, you know, what we used to call it bum fluff, I think. And I'll stand on the roof and it'll blow off, you know, rubbish like, you know. Anyway, getting back to what I've forgotten. Oh yeah, one of the few reasons I grew it. One is when I lost all the weight, I had what is they keep calling a turkey chin. And it's sort of like, my mum had one, a poor woman, she couldn't grow a beard. And it's like a loose piece of skin down here. My daughter kept coming out and going, ping. I said, don't keep doing that. Her and the wife had great delights at laughing, like, you know, and you get a turkey neck. And I thought, oh, I feel terrific. And then before that, when I lost the weight, I had a bloody great sort of like double chin down here. So that disappeared along with the weight and left me like that. So and they both said, why didn't you grow the beard like you had before? Now, before when I grew a beard, they didn't like it. Oh, no. And I got told off then when I shaved it off. What would be now, about 18 months ago, I suppose. And they said, oh, well, I'll grow your beard again. So I said, oh, I suppose it makes me look older than it. But they said, well, it looks all right, like a granddad. I said, oh, sure, it's all right to look like a granddad at my age. Oh, yeah. So I've grown it. I've got no intention of shaving it off. That's my main reason, you know, turkey neck. Well, you can't see it, obviously. I expect Bright can do it, and or you can brush it up the other way, like it comes right out here somewhere. I'm always tempted to do it like that, but still, I ain't brushed it nothing yet, I've only, so I got up an hour ago. Somebody had been coughing all night, even sitting up in bed. It stopped now and got out. I don't know what started that again. I was trying to sing with my voice last night. I mean, normally what you try and sing with. And alright, singing low, but whether that started it off and when I went to bed, I don't know. So I won't be doing that again until if and when it comes back. It's alright when I'm on the ukulele, it's a different sort of key or something. Oh, I got that electronic tuning digital gadget. I can't get on with it. It tuned it all over the place, and it ended up being even worse, even doing the proper chords. And when I did the chords that I used to sing with, it bleeding horrible, so I had to retune it all back again to how it was. And so it sounds alright again now, so that cost nearly 15 quid the bloody thing and all. Another thing is 52 Shuffle. I didn't know how to send my address to him, and he's doing me a mug like Bry, the one he done with Bry, and he's told me off, hasn't he? Because he said send your address on the same email that I sent the photo to him. Well, I'm bugging if I can find it or what I did. So I put the address in here, so he took it off, and he said shouldn't do that, so. But I said in a comment, yeah, I agree, and you take a chance, but as I said to him, there's a couple of people I've been trying to contact over the years, even before I was ever on the internet, really, I suppose. And I can't think of it properly, they still keep sending me emails, and when I contact them, it says site no longer exists. They've put my address and God knows what online, trying to find out, to contact a certain person. I keep getting, his name keeps coming up, I click onto it and nothing. And it tells me that the site no longer exists. So they've gone and plastered it all over the place anyway, so it don't really matter, but I know what he meant. You know, I mean, when I was on CB even years ago, you never said where you lived, it was all sort of CB talk and disguise sort of language. If anyone was ever on CB, that must be 30 odd years ago now, when I lived in London. So, I'm not doing that, I'm just pushing my glasses up. So, yeah, thanks anyway, 52 Shuffle for saying that, but I know what you mean, but thanks for taking it down, really, but presumably you've got my address now, but I can't find any other way to do it, and the way you told me to do it private, looking at that bell at the top, I mean, I go onto that like now, and all it does is tell me messages I've already sent out to people. Like now it's got your one. You know, I press anything on there and that's all it does. It doesn't say anything about private. I have sent a private message to private, but by my memory I can't remember I've done that either. I mean, that's all it tells me on that. It doesn't say private message. I thought I'd done it on the YouTube sort of like edit part or something, but I don't know. I get lost on the bloody thing at times. And this from somebody who used to write games in the early days of computers, the microcomputers. I learnt the language, and I used to write games for my son, but can't keep up with it now. It's just too much. I'll rub my eye out that looking obscene. Yeah, so that's about all I wanted to say, really. The sound old voice. And I'm talking a bit low because he was still in bed. And I've got to go out later. And she's got to go out later with my daughter. We went out yesterday. Where did we go yesterday? And what for? Oh, yes. I said it in all else at a place at the Eleanor, that's right. I had to go out because it's easier for me to fill the car up for diesel than my wife, being, more disabled than I am. And then we went on there and we went to Dartford because there's a guitar shop there where I bought that flipping digital electric tuner thing, like doing it again. Yeah, and then we went for a meal in the local Witherspoons here and browsed around. Got more bandages for me, or bandage stick on plasters for me ulcers. That's about it, really. once again, I've got to put a thing in for my wife, drug thing, and hopefully they'll do it today. Because it's her heart tablets. So, I don't know why people like me and my wife who are long-term sickness, if you like, we both got life and death diseases. We're never going to get fit. If they cured diabetes and multiple neuron disease tomorrow, we'd still be left with everything. So why they can't give you some sort of plastic card, as the plastic cards are in this day and age, and you take it to the chemist, and they give you what you want there and then, I'll never know. Surely that's a cheaper way of doing it. You know, if you want to have different tablets or whatever, you see your doctor, yeah, like you do now. But if you're on repeats, like me, what's the point of having to keep going writing out a prescription, you know, going to the doctors and all that? I mean, that's another thing I've got to see him about today. I signed a form. They've got their own site, my surgery, and you can order repeat stuff. You can order whatever you like. You used to be able to. Now there's another mob taking it over that do it for them, like if you put something out the tender sort of thing. Oh boy, it comes up with practice ID. Oh, what's a practice ID? Never had that before. Couldn't do anything on it. I went to the surgeon and they said, oh, haven't you got an email? I said, no. She said, have you filled out a form? I said, no, I've never heard anything about a form. So they gave me this form, I've signed it out, took it back the next day. You have to wait for an email from them saying what to do on the site, you know, to get whatever registered or whatever. Then you can enter the thing. So that was the middle of last week. Where are we now? No, I mean, beginning of last week, that's right. And it's where are we? It's a Tuesday now of the following week, so, you know, 3rd of November. So I've got to find out what's happened to that. I've checked the emails, it's not in there, still not in there. So, usual cock up by the doctors. Steaks, mate. Putting prescriptions, you either get the wrong one you didn't order or you haven't got the right one. I've got it so far they send it electronically now to my chemist. It's 4 chemists where I live. Ridiculous. And so far it's been alright, it's been there for me to collect. But you still have to go to doctors first and drop the prescription in. Times I go up there. I said to them before, I said I'm up here more times now, I said, and hospitals, I said, more than when I worked in them. Anyway, I've rabbited on here for nearly 13 bloody minutes now. Right, I is going off now. Lucky if you're watching this, I don't know much about stoves. I've never been camping in my life. It's never appealed to me, even when I was a kid. And what did at school camp they said? My mum and dad couldn't afford it anyway. They was stony broke. So anyway, I am buggering off now. Hope everyone's feeling better. Hope my voice isn't too bad. And I spent half the night coughing and it's stopped now. I better do the usual insulin stuff and tablets. It's something to eat. Apart from that, it's all right. Go out in the old scooter later, ride around. I like that. Right, see you all later. And it's a goodbye from me and a goodbye from me. See you later.